Good morning.
We're Kendall and Glenn, and we've been travelling Australia for the last year and a half. For those that have been following for a while, you know that we won't go a day without our coffee. And we get asked this question a lot as exactly how we make it. So I've shown a fair bit on the channel, but we thought we'd put up a video on exactly step by step how we make our morning coffees on the road.
You definitely have to sacrifice a lot when you live on the road or just travel full time, but the one thing that we did not want to give up was our sacred morning coffee. It's probably the biggest routine that we have on the road. Things always change, but our morning coffee is always the same. We found a pretty inexpensive and somewhat space-effective method of having a good morning coffee. It's definitely not the be-all, end-all, must-have setup, but it's worked for us over the past year and a half, so we thought that we would share that with you.
All right. So our coffee has slightly changed from the start of the trip through to now. At the start of the trip, we didn't grind our own beans, but I highly recommend it. If you do love your coffee, I'm actually surprised how much of a difference it makes. It took a while to convince me, but once we got it, it blew my mind. If you saw our recent Coral Bay vlog, we only recently got the stainless steel percolator. We used to have an aluminium one before, and we were told that actually the aluminium can be pretty toxic for you, or I mean, if it is, we thought we might as well just get the stainless steel one to be safe, but it actually changed the flavour heaps as well. So the flavour of the coffee was even better now that we have the stainless steel one. It's also easier to clean and a little bit more modern looking, quite chic. This jug has done us our whole trip with a little thermometer in it. And finally, our hand whisk that froths our milk. Now let's make some coffee. First up, we got to grind the beans. Got our little hand grinder here and this perfect jar from IKEA that ends up being so magical to pour the beans into this little top here.
It's the little things.
Once we've done that, whack the top on, use our little lever here, and then I'll be doing this for the next 5 to 10 minutes. This is where I'm alone with my Phillips.
A little bit of a squeaky grinder, I must say.
Yeah, we don't like to be close to people just in case we wake them up in the morning. All right, once that's done, we'll grab our lovely percolator here. You've got to fill the bottom part with water, and then you've got the part in the middle here that's going to be where we put our coffee. Now, if you're like me, you will most likely spill some coffee. But that's okay. We do our best. So just pour it in here. And hopefully not spill any. Oh.
Perfect.
Done.
Look at that.
The man performs.
Look at that.
Beautiful. Now just level that down a little. Don't pack it tight because it'll make it way harder for the water to go through. But just patting it down a little so I can put this guy on top. Nice and tight. We're ready to brew.
Woo!
Now you want it to be on a pretty low heat so it's not just boiling the water straight away. So we just let that one go. While that goes, we grab our milk jug, whack a bit of milk in it, ready for our frothing. Now milk does matter a lot, particularly with hand whisking as well. So generally we have either Oatly or alternative milk, which is an Australian brand in the red and navy carton. They're probably our favourites. They foam really nicely without like getting crazy. And they also don't like overpower the flavour of the coffee. So it matters so much what type of milk you end up using. So I definitely recommend these guys. Grab our little stainless steel jug, pour the right amount of milk in. Oh, perfect. And then once the coffee's off, we're ready to put that on the stove and get foaming.
While that's cooking, Glenn is going to dance, and I am going to admire this view. We're currently in Carragini, Northwest WA, and it's incredible.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
Not bad. All right, we're in business. It's flowing out nicely now. So the trick with this is to not let it go too long. So once it starts actually like bubbling or like spitting, just chuck it straight off the heat. I believe the correct practice is to actually then run it under cold water, but we don't waste water out here. So as soon as it starts spitting, make sure that lid's closed so you don't get spattered on. Take it off the heat, and the milk will replace it. Like that.
ooh, that sounds good.
We are cooking. So then we put the milk on. We've got this little kitchen thermometer. I don't know how accurate it is, but basically it just makes sure that we're not going to be either getting the milk too hot or not warm enough really. So we just whack the little air whisk in and start foaming. There's one main brand, the Aero Latte, but there are also plenty of other ones that you can just get. It's like 20 to 40 bucks on any like main kitchen store or online. We're putting all links below for where you can purchase all these things online as well. I mean, when in doubt, Amazon's probably your best bet for all this stuff anyway. And now we just wait for it to heat up and foam up, and we'll be having coffee in minutes. Now we pour our coffees. And then in goes this lovely milk. Oh boy. Woo. Now all that's left to do is drink your tasty coffee out in nature.
Best start to the day, honestly. If you're living on the road, you'll know that every day is very different, but if you can have at least one or two constants, I don't know, it's just really good, a good routine to have throughout the day, even though your days are always different.
So yeah, I mean, you can modify that setup completely. As I said, ours has progressed over the time of living on the road, and honestly, there's not much else I'd change about it. That way we're still able to, like, we've done a couple of sunrise hikes that we've taken our coffee gear with us, and like while you're taking up a bit more stuff, it's still very easy to slip into a couple of backpacks, take it up there and have a really nice morning brew. It's like even more breathtaking place than you would have otherwise, which has been really special. Like a couple stand out that were just beautiful. And the great thing is it's not that expensive. Like I think with a percolator you can get for like 70 bucks. As I said, ours is a 6-cup one. If you got a smaller one, it would be even cheaper. You can get a milk jug for, God, I don't know, 20 bucks or something from a kitchen store. Thermometer, next to nothing. Milk whisk, 20 bucks. When you can do it all for like a little bit over $100 or at least under $200, you can have a really, really nice coffee with high quality stuff every single morning, which is great because then our coffees work out to be like 30 cents or something every morning.
And that's even with our milk being somewhat expensive. The
Yeah.
milk itself ranges from like $4 to $5 a carton, which, I mean, that's how much you'd spend on one coffee out at a cafe.
Yeah.
So all in all, really inexpensive way to have really high quality coffee, which we really value, and hopefully you do as well if you've made it this far.
If you clicked on this video, you obviously care a little bit.
We do get asked quite a bit about these beautiful mugs. They're handmade by Public Holiday is the brand. Handmade in Sydney. So many beautiful designs. Definitely recommend supporting small creators. Knowing that they're handmade, it just, I don't know, makes it a little bit better.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. And I'm so shocked these handles haven't snapped off yet.
Yes.
We've used these every day. So we hope this was really helpful. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them below and we'll try and answer all of them. We also have the links, as I said before, to all the products that we use and where you can get them from as well. Again, super affordable, really simple, and I definitely recommend this has been our absolute go-to every single day, and I wouldn't change it.
So we're going to finish these off and then continue exploring around Carragini.
See you on the next one.